At the start of this year, we took a brief look at the GAC Bangladesh's starting lineup. Back then, we also promised you guys a full review on each of them. And even though it's been half a year, we are finally starting with the Emkoo GAC Bangladesh's midsize offering. To shoot this car, we decided the best place to do it would be this field where Deepal, just a month before this brand's launch, tried to do their grand opening with a stormy setback requiring a retake. Hopefully Mother Nature will be kinder toward us this time. Now, before we talk about anything else, let's talk about the design. While brands like Deepal tries to smooth everything over for better aerodynamics, Deepal practically went to the Edgiest store and said, "I'll take your entire stock." Case in point, this grille. It's molded to the body, but instead of being a single flat piece, it's basically cut into an accordion shape with the grills being chromed. Some people will love it because it looks like nothing else on the road. Others will hate it because, again, it looks like nothing else on the road and it breaks every convention we are used to. Underneath that, you got a box containing all the smart drivey bit, two massive LED light cluster containing the DRL, turn signals, and headlight, and two what looks like fake bins but actually functional. They do have a channel that goes to the front wheel wells. Now, typically we show you guys how to open this hood, but this car's been running for a while and everything is a bit toasty. Underneath this rather warm hood sits a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with a liquid intercooler, generating around 172 horsepower and 270 Nm of torque, all going to the front wheel with a DCT. In real world, that means pretty decent performance. We'll talk about it when we get to the driving side. Moving to the side, you got four 19-inch alloy wheels surrounded by plastic padding to protect from your occasional car brushes. Personally, I think these wheels compared to the rest of the car's design is a bit tame. Personally, I would replace them with the ones I saw in Deepal S05 because those things have a lot more geometry and a lot more going on them. Beside the wheels, you got this floating ORVM, flush door handles, and of course, at the back, the fuel cap. While the front is kind of look like a weird accordion of metal and plastic, the rear goes full Decepticon. You got this Cybertronian spoiler, this weird geometric brake lamp, and of course, since it's a crossover, fake exhaust tip. The real one is under the car. Underneath this powered hatch is enough room to hold the dead tire intern. Yeah, go out. Beside that, thanks to this raked back roof, it also doubles as a pretty good picnic basket, or rather a bench for you and your picnic basket. There's a light here, a hook, rails for tonneau cover, and if I get off, lifting this reveals the 17-inch spare tire, a triangle, and jack. Overall, nicely equipped, everything you need, and if you drop those, you get almost double the carrying capacity. Let's move inside. It seems every Chinese automaker has a thing for reinventing the door handle. On Deepal, on the S07, it was a button. On the S05, it was a lever. In this one, again, it's a lever. I don't know why. Personally, I kind of like it, but some people might find it a learning curve. Getting inside, you are treated to a very bright interior thanks to this cream and black combination. You got a nicely carved armrest for your arm, a reading lamp, some places to store your stuff, two air vents, one USB port, and if I pull this down, cup holders in an armrest. Up top, you got a moonroof that doesn't open, so light only. And this car does have ambient lighting, so you can set the mode at night. And if you're looking for music, there is a 6-speaker sound system. Beside that, the seats, not as well contoured as the one we had in Deepal, but still, if you push back, it does support all the places you want to. Let's move to the front seats. As we open the driver's side door, you're greeted with a power seat, which, much like the Deepal, is also heated and ventilated. As we let the seat come back, of course, it has a memory function. We are treated by a control center that has, in my opinion, way too many screens. That's perhaps because of the Deepal. It ruined my perception, because while this car does have a 7-inch gauge cluster, it also has an excellent HUD. And as someone who has been driving around the Deepal for the past week, I just no longer see a point of having a screen when you can see all the basic data by just staring at the HUD. Besides the 7-inch, you also got a 10-inch that contains all the basic features. It's a bit bezel heavy compared to the one we saw on Deepal, but it's much more easier to use. One minor bit of annoyance is if you're an Android user, this car doesn't like you. That's because while this car does have Apple CarPlay, it doesn't have anything for Android. That means no Android Auto, no Waze, no nothing. Under the screen, you got 2 air vents, wireless charger, 2 cup holders with an extra bit for the key, decently deep center console, but not as deep as the one we saw at the S05, partially because this one actually comes with a glove compartment. Beside those, you got the controls for the moonroof, 2 map lights, and of course underneath you got a bunch more USB options and a little storage space. While this car looks very screen heavy, it does have a physical button to control the temperature. I'll let you guess which one is it. No, it's not here. It's not this rotary thing. It's this rotary thing. Press it up, the temperature goes up. Press it down, the temperature goes down. Is it a bit annoying to reach while you're driving? Absolutely. Is it very easy for the passenger beside you to mess with it? Definitely. So if you're riding with someone, make sure you're in good terms with him, or there's a chance he might turn up the heat literally. With that said, let's drive the car. Compared to the last car I've driven, driving the Emkoo is pretty straightforward. You just push the crystal gear selector back, let go of the brake, and it starts moving. The turbocharged engine actually has a nice kick to it at the start, especially if you press down the pedal, it starts moving. Triple digit is possible in under 10 seconds, and the suspension is actually rather planted, as evident by the star. That's because GSE, at least unofficially, according to the GSE Bangladesh staff, is the distant cousin of Honda. And much like Honda, they like to tweak the suspension to be the best for its class. And driving this car on this road, this is Purvachal after all, I have to agree, the car is nice. You can feel the suspension bumps, but they are not harsh. And when you do put it on a bend, as I'm about to demonstrate, it rolls, but not by that much. Although the person behind us might disagree. Performance-wise, there is a little bit of kick at the start, especially when you go from start to motion. But on motion, the turbo kicks in your typical 4,000 mark. And after that, the acceleration is gradual without any big surprises. The sound deadening of this car, at least when it comes to outside noise, is pretty good. However, the internal sounds, such as the lock, unlock mechanism, the child safety, the automatic hood latch, they're rather loud and you will hear them. Now, that's partially because of how good the sound deadening is, but at the same time, I don't hear them in Deepal, which is another Chinese brand. So I'm gonna mark that as a negative. And so material, this car is covered in animal-friendly leather, and these unorthodox hand position is actually quite nice after you get used to them. Finally, safety. This is a Chinese car. That means it has all the electronic nannies. It has smart cruise control. It has an army of airbag. It has all forward collision warning, 360 camera, 3D camera, everything. So if you are concerned about safety, relax, this car got it covered. Now, let's discuss the elephant in the room, the price. GAC marketed as, or rather under, 50 lakh. For that price, you get a very polarizing design, a lot of tech, every bit of comfort you want in a car, and honestly, a pretty well-rounded package. Now, if you don't mind buying Chinese and something that will bound to start conversations, give this car a test drive and then decide for yourself. That will be all. Thank you.